Hey, what's up? Matt Wyatt here. What's the difference in on time in the passing game versus late versus ad-lib? Well, those kind of speak for themselves, pretty obvious. But I was thinking about this recently. Thought I'd go find some examples to kind of point out why it's so important for quarterbacks to operate on time and for the ball to come out on time, and how sometimes ad-libbing works out great, and sometimes it doesn't. Let's jump in.
Here's Dak Prescott. He's going to take a one-on-one slant into the boundary there on the left hash here early season against the Giants. 1, 2, 3 out of the gun, one little hitch, and then fire it in there on time. A couple things about this. This is why it's on time. The first thing is, he's reading defense 4-3, strong safety to the field side, wide side of the field, is going to walk down. Watch his eyes. First thing he's doing is eyeballing that field safety, which tells him to go back into the boundary. So watch his footwork. 1, 2, 3. He gets to that third step on the hitch, turns his head, and immediately going to see and fire off the back shoulder of the linebacker who's cleared. If he'd fired too early, he's going to try to fire it right into the linebacker. If he waits too late, there's going to be a defender in the middle of the field. But because of the release right off the shoulder on time without hesitating in his footwork, now there's a window that is behind this linebacker in front of the safety rolled down, and that's where the window. Again, it's on time, so there's room to run after the catch, and on-time completions are the ones that result in yards after the catch.
Now, if I were to define being on time with the football or getting the ball out on time, that just means it's within the design of the play. Exactly the way the coaches and the designers of this play drew it up. The ball's out on the fifth step. It's thrown to this spot. It all works like clockwork, the way we designed it. And when you're doing that a lot, it's an indication that you've got an offense that's going to work when the ball is coming out on time.
Now, a couple of examples of on-time throws to slot receivers that turn into yards after the catch because of the timing of the quarterback. Get an out route, one play fake, but look, he's already loaded up, made his read, and is about to deliver the football to this out route as or before the receiver breaks. So as soon as the head turns of the receiver, quarterback's already got the ball coming out. It's on time. Therefore, there's space between the defender and the receiver who's going to catch the football. Now, it's a pretty good job closing here by the defender as he turns to the outside. But because of this space, if the ball was later, he's not making yards after the catch. He's tackled right here. But because of the timing and on-time throw, even though he slips, he's got a better chance to make a move and make yards after the catch. Gets through the first guy. Now it's a first down. Great example of the importance of the ball being on time for a slant route. Shotgun. One step, one hitch, get his back foot in the ground, stalking it to set him up and give himself that inside release so there's a hesitation. And now again, another example. As soon as the receiver turns and is going to look for the football, now the ball's coming out. It's not already out. It could be, but no hesitation. And now there's going to be space between the defender and the receiver when he catches the football. And again, on-time throws by a quarterback are what more often than not lead to yards after the catch, a chance for receivers to catch the football and make a play afterwards. That's a really strong finish here. Now, straight vertical routes against man-to-man, timing is the most important thing in this, and I don't think anybody's been better over 3 years in college football of throwing a ball on time on deep stuff than Tua Tagovailoa. Watch his footwork here. He catches the snap. 1, 2. On that third step, he's not hitching up, standing up, setting up. He's throwing off of his plant foot. He's going to let the ball go right here while the receiver is 4 yards into his route on a vertical one-on-one. That's how early he's letting it go on time. And the ball is thrown to the 3-yard line on time. Now, goal line throws always seem to really require timing unless you have a great ad-lib quarterback. And here you've got a 2 tight end route working into the short side of the field. Watch him get rid of the football. Catch, 1, 2, throw off his plant foot. Here's why that's important. It's a great example of on time. Again, coverage one-on-one, man-to-man on the goal line. Let's watch his footwork. Catch the snap. 1 step. And now his second step is his plant foot, and he's not going to gather or hitch. He's going to drive, plant, and drive off that foot all in one motion to get this ball out on time where the receiver is right now making the break. So why is timing and on time important on the goal line? Coverage is tighter. The whole defense is closer because of the back line of the end zone. And right here on this route in one-on-one, defender playing catch-up, trying to catch up to the tight end. And at the time the ball gets there, he's not there yet. If the ball is there a second later and it allows the defender to catch up, it's batted away and incomplete. It has to be on time, and this one is. And one more on-time example for Prescott. Late against the Saints, through receiver side to his left, 1, 2, 3, hitch and drive it in on time into a really small window right there on the vertical. And it's the right read. So first of all, pay attention to his footwork, tells you it's on time. Catch now, 1, 2, doesn't throw off that third step, does have 1 hitch, but on a deep route, the hitch is called for. And now no hesitation in the pocket, and the ball is already coming out. This is on time. Here's why that's important. Middle defender, if the ball is late at all, middle defender is either going to make a play on the ball or on the receiver, and it will not be a completion. But because it is on time, it's in the window, in a really tight one at that.
When quarterbacks are getting the ball out just a little late or just a little hesitation, you can still have completions, but being late with the football can do several things. One, it can cause incompletions to go from complete to incomplete, but it also closes the window that you have for yards after the catch. So a lot of times when you have a late throw, but there's still a completion, it's caught, but you're hit immediately, your tackles, you don't get much. And it can also be the difference in, instead of having a touchdown on an on-time play, it's just a big completion, but we still have to run more plays in order to score.
Play action, vertical, kind of inside post, skinny post route, open up top. But the throw is a little late. Play action, set up, has to come back, almost like an extra hitch in there. Still a huge play and completion. But the reason this one is a bit of a late throw is I think it comes out just 1 step too late. This can show you the difference between touchdown and big play. So we'll watch the footwork of the quarterback. Turn, play fake. His third step is here. He plants it. Now, instead of planting and 1 hitch or let it go now he's setting up, and watch, we're going to take 1 more big hitch. So now we've hitched 1 more time. Now the ball's finally going to come out, and it's a completion. But because it's a little late, receiver has to stop, and it allows a defender from the inside to catch up a little bit. So if the ball on that third step from the quarterback had come out on time and was thrown up this field or even in this same spot, it's a much greater chance for him to catch the football on a dead run with the defender back here as opposed to where he is, and then you catch it on a dead run and run it into the end zone. Because it's 1 step too late by the quarterback, it's a huge play, it's just not a touchdown. And the defender is able to catch up. Now here's an example of one on a deep ball where the ball comes out a little late, but sometimes when you're late, it's out of necessity. Play fake, really a double fake, wait in the pocket, a couple of hitches, and then get the ball out so you can throw him away from the defender. So if we say late, again, here's what I'm talking about. If you watch the feet of Prescott, quarterback. Once he makes this fake, watch him set up. Okay, so now he has set that back foot, but he's not throwing off that back foot right now. Plus you're getting the pocket set up deep, so he's got to step up. So there's a couple of little hitches in there that are extra, but it's intentionally late, and he has the time for this to allow the receiver to clear. So yeah, it's a little late according to the way the play is drawn up, but he's throwing it over here to this other hash to throw him away from the defender. So sometimes a late throw is necessary. Here's an example of a late throw from Joe Burrow in the Mississippi State game. 3 receiver side to the wide side to his right. The number 2 receiver is going to be deep. He's got to escape. Thinks about running, but has to just readjust the pocket. Drives it in there. So if you look, again, not total ad-lib. This is ball coming out late because he's got pressure. Not only getting squeezed on the outside, but he can sense there's pressure here. I have to find a throwing lane. I can't stand right here. So the ball can't come out right now, which is really what he wants to do. He's got to adjust, gives himself a chance to run if he wants to, but instead just sets back up. So it's coming out late. But a perfect throw. So the defense has allowed the receiver to get behind him. If it's on time, he's catching the ball now. If he throws it out of the pocket on time. Because it's a little late, he's got to put it right on the back line of the end zone, and it's still a great throw. Here's an ad-lib play for Prescott where he's going to find a tight end late. It's a 3-man rush. Linebacker comes. It twists a guy into his face. Looks like he's going to scramble and run and then finds his tight end late. This is not on time. It's not late. This is ad-lib, having to escape the pocket. So the reason for that, Dolphins gave him a 3-man front, 3-man rush, walk the linebacker in, but bring him across so that you can twist in the middle. I'll show you that. This is very intentional as a nose guard engages center and backside guard. Linebacker going to slam into them so that the nose can twist around and get inside pressure, and it works just like you design it. And so now quarterback's got to escape, and it's just a matter of, what do you see downfield? Do your receivers have rules and either go deep or come back, and the tight end makes a play? Here's an example of why ad-libs can be either really good or really bad. In this case, bad. Tagovailoa looks to his left, scrambles out, going to try to throw it back in the middle late, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Ad-libs with quarterbacks rolling and retreating almost never work out. Okay, and here's one for Prescott that's kind of in between an ad-lib and a late throw. 4-man route, really 5 with the back getting out. You got a cross in the middle. Thinks about leaving. He's in the pocket and finds a comeback late for a big completion. So it's obviously not on time. He didn't hit that plant foot and fire it in there to somebody on time. They're trying to go man-to-man coverage in the defense here, and he's looking to his left and winds up throwing right. But watch what happens. I think initially what he sees is his instincts tell him, he's coming here, I'm going to throw to the running back, but also in his vision, he sees the coverage coming, and that's what tells him to hang on to the football. As soon as back is covered in the man-to-man, now he's going to bring his head back around and try to find the open man in the middle. Probably what should happen is Cooper should get the ball in the middle right here, but he hangs on. And really, he probably hangs on because he's going to get the football here to that next level, but it's muddy in the middle. I got a defender and a receiver, so he hangs on the football and then brings his head on back around to this side of the field. Now's where it turns into a little bit of an ad-lib, thinks about leaving. And here's what I want to show you. This tight end, this veteran tight end, had this crosser. The moment that Jason Witten sees his quarterback start to escape the pocket, he now breaks off his route, and the rule is if you have a shallow route on a quarterback scramble, you go deep. And if you have a deep route on a quarterback scramble, you come back. And the Cowboys execute this perfectly. So tight end shallow, he's going deep on a scramble. The deep route's going to come back to his quarterback and give him a throwing lane. And so Prescott, it's late. He doesn't really turn it into a scramble. It's a bit of an ad-lib, but because his receiver's coming back to him, breaking it off, he gets a big play. And that's why you have those rules in place.
So obviously ad-libbing can be great, but it can also be awful. As a coach or as a player in practice and in scrimmages and like in the spring game, you don't really want to see a lot of success ad-libbing. You just want to see the offense run on time. That's what you're looking for in practice and scrimmages. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Maybe click that subscribe button for me. And the bell also, you should get notifications when we post a new video. I really appreciate that. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, anything, I'll always enjoy hearing from you. Hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. It's @Radio Wyatt on both of those. and over on the Facebook page as well, facebook.com/Radio Wyatt. All right, I'll see you on the next video. See ya.